I want to talk about this Hamdog thing. About 2 months ago, I made this video on Australian real estate versus literal European castles. And while I was talking about how Australia is similar to Canada, I said that Canada's national dish is poutine and Australia's national dish is the hamdog. Now, normally I don't like to break character to explain a joke. But nobody's going to watch this video anyway, and I think it would be a fun treat for my more dedicated viewers to give you a glimpse behind the curtain into the psychotic level of preparation that I do for these videos. There are like 5 layers to this hamdog joke that make it so infuriating to Australian viewers. This video got over 1,600 comments, and I would say 13 or 1,400 of those are just Australians going, "What's a hamdog? I never heard of a hamdog." And it's still happening now, which is really funny to me. So funny, in fact, that I'm still gaslighting people in the comments. So the first layer to this joke is that it's just wrong. The hamdog is obviously not the national dish of Australia. But it's easy to just be wrong. If I'd said something silly like shrimp on the Barbie, or if I'd picked, say, a British dish like chicken tikka masala, it wouldn't have made people that angry. So it can't just be wrong. It has to be wrong in the most infuriating way possible, which I'm going to go into here. The second layer is that it's not just wrong, it's something so obscure that most Australians have never even heard of it. This was on one episode of Shark Tank Australia like 7 years ago. This guy had a concept for a combination hamburger and hot dog and he was trying to sell it. He also had a patent for it, which I think is really funny. It was like a special event food for a while and it eventually died out, but most people never saw it. The third layer is a bait and switch. I started out by saying that Canada's national dish is poutine. This sets up an obvious comparison to the halal snack pack, which is really the Australian equivalent of poutine. It's fries topped with kebab meat and garlic sauce and chili sauce. By the way, it's really delicious and you should try it if you can find it. Sometimes in Canada it's sold as shawarma poutine. So basically, I set up people to expect this reasonable comparison, and then I just pulled the rug out from under them and said something totally stupid instead. The fourth layer is that the hamdog seems American. It's like something that an American fast food chain would come up with. And most people from English-speaking countries that aren't America really don't like being perceived as American. So it makes it all the more infuriating that I said this was their national dish. The fifth layer is that even though it's wrong, it's not entirely wrong. The hamdog was created in Australia by an Australian. So even though it's wrong, it's possible that I could have gotten confused by doing the smallest amount of research possible and then just stopping and making the video. It's like in my video addressed to my Scottish viewers where I used the Finnish flag instead of the Scottish flag. It's definitely wrong, but it's still a tiny bit correct in a way, almost. And that just makes it all the more aggravating. And I did all this for a joke that lasts maybe 4 seconds. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into how I'm thinking when I make my videos.